to India Tomorrow, your go-to podcast for everything shaping the future of travel in and around the Indian subcontinent. We will bring you the latest insights, trends, and stories defining India's dynamic travel landscape. Whether it's global shifts influencing Indian tourism or developments within the country that the world needs to know. Join us as we decode the future of travel in India. I'm Kiran, a product professional passionate about building data-driven, user-centric solutions. I've worked on global-scale products, consulted organizations on tech adoption, and I'm always exploring how innovation is shaping the future of travel and aviation.
Hey everyone, I'm Mohit and I've been a learner in the airline and travel tech world for over 2 decades. I also work as a product manager for flights here at ticket.com in Jakarta. We've got an exciting lineup today covering major aviation updates in India, key trends across Asia, and a quick deep dive into global travel news.
From the much-awaited Navi Mumbai Airport opening to Air India's largest codeshare expansion, there's a lot to unpack in this first episode of India Tomorrow. So let's get started. I think the first step I would like to talk about is the Navi Mumbai Airport. And I think this is a huge news for Mumbai's ever-growing air traffic.
Absolutely, Kiran. Though the experience of transiting has been much better in recent times compared to previous times I've transited through Mumbai, Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. It does handle over 50 million passengers a year. This second airport is a total game changer for our economic capital of India.
I think it's set to accommodate roughly about 90 million passengers annually. This will definitely boost the domestic and international connectivity of the region. I recently came across a news, I think I read it yesterday, where they are planning to open India's largest Disneyland-inspired theme park in Navi Mumbai too. And I think that will definitely be a catalyst for tourism in that particular region. Don't you think?
We're just waiting for that to open up. I think it's also a strategic location to boost connectivity to other major cities like Pune, Goa and the Konkan region. So business travelers and tourists alike are just going to love this.
While we're talking about expansion, the other thing that came across my mind was Noida International Airport. For the North Indian aviation network, this will definitely be a huge development because of its location.
I think once operational, it will become a second key airport for the Delhi NCR region, easing out congestion at IGI airport. Mm-hmm. So Noida's rapid development as a business hub and, makes it a well-timed move. My hometown is actually in Haridwar, Uttarakhand, and it's always been a nightmare to cross Delhi traffic while flying out of IGI. I hope this changes that for good.
This is a very strategic move because it is set to be a major player for both domestic and international routes. And I think improving this connectivity for cities in Western Uttar Pradesh and beyond. The airport is being developed in phases. So I think once it's fully operational in phase 1 alone, I think they're planning to handle roughly about 12 million passengers.
Airlines are already showing interest in launching routes from here with world-class infrastructure, sustainable design features, and seamless roads and metro connectivity. Noida Airport is definitely poised to be a game changer for Indian aviation.
There's a lot of infrastructure expansion that I think India is looking forward to in the next 10 years. I believe they're planning to open 50 new airports in the next 5 years. That's a very aggressive push for the aviation growth.
When I talk about this to you folks around the world, they're really amazed at the scale that we are trying to improve on. It fits well with the Indian government Udan scheme, which is aiming to make air travel more accessible to smaller cities.
Talking about cities, I think it's primarily to focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 because I think Tier 1 is well connected. I think Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities like Ayodhya, Jharsuguda and Hubli, these are cities that still require that kind of connectivity. This will definitely revolutionize air travel and not only passenger travel but also cargo operations. Better air connectivity will definitely help with businesses scaling faster, remote areas having quicker access to essential goods and services. I think that will definitely revolutionize the region on the whole and not just, the tourism aspect of it.
It will also boost tourism, business travel, logistic, as you were just mentioning. More flights means more jobs and a stronger infrastructure. I don't know if it's already in the blueprint now or later, but honestly, the thought of hopping into an amphibious plane and landing on a pristine mountain lake, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think all of us look forward to that, don't we? At some point where you can just land into the pristine mountains of India. When we speak about aviation, Air India has been on the news a lot lately when I think they've been signing codeshare agreements. Particular one is Kenyan Airways, that first of all, the connectivity from Delhi and Mumbai to Nairobi being seamless. Air India's presence in Africa, which will definitely open up easier access to destinations like Johannesburg, Cape Town, and even parts of Central Africa. This particular codeshare agreement will definitely have one single ticket, coordinated baggage transfers, and a lot of flight options. Kenyan Airways also having their agreements with KLM and Air France. This will also be a very good port for Air India's expansion in the European sector as well. Though we already have direct flights there, there's always a way to reroute a little bit or have a transit at Africa before you head to Europe.
This is big for trade and tourism. Kenya is gateway for East Africa, and Air India's expanding fleet. We're seeing that airline is becoming a serious global contender. Post this, they also announced their partnership with Virgin Australia that would add more than 50 routes. Earlier announced codeshare partnership with Singapore Airlines, Limpon. So I see a definite pattern emerging here.
Yeah.
While the enhanced network options are great for passengers, on the trade tech side of it, the technology behind handling codeshares is pretty outdated. I think somebody needs to look at that too. And let's not forget, it's a nightmare for finance teams on both sides trying to reconcile everything.
Yeah, I think the back office teams are going to have the time of their life once this expansion starts, because like you said, I think all the teams, codeshare is a little outdated and teams are going to find it tough. But I mean, it's very strategic. And, I think Tata Group backing Air India's transformation is also something very, very revolutionizing, because these kinds of strategic partnerships are just the beginning for the, Indian aviation network. And we're not only looking at codeshares, they're also working on fleet modernization, improved service quality, digital transformation initiatives, and all of it make operations more seamless. Our mission at India Tomorrow is to keep you informed, help you understand this fast evolving market, and challenge any misconceptions that could misrepresent India's thriving travel industry. We are excited that you're taking this journey with us.
Ixigo, the travel tech company, just posted an impressive quarterly gains. It's clear that the digital platform and travel are thriving in India. What do you think about this, Karan?
I did read about this actually, but I think, Ixigo has a very smart way of personalizing. They're very good with the prediction models, which I think has been a game changer for cost conscious travelers. Their focus on tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, also offering this multilingual support, voice-based search, UPI first payment. There are a lot of things that set them apart from a lot of other OTAs that are already existing in the market. They really try to solve the user pain points. The fact that they can predict IRCTC waitlist confirmations and suggest alternate routes, because IRCTC itself is still yet to that particular form of prediction. Yeah. And Ixigo has already done that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point of view. Do you think that with these rise of super apps, platforms like Ixigo could rival OTAs like Make My Trip and Clear Trip? But these guys are quite innovative, as you just mentioned. They keep solving user problems. By the way, if you don't know, MMT was actually an early investor in Ixigo. They had exited, making quite a profit just before the IPO for Ixigo.
Oh, I had no idea about the amount that they earned. I just knew it was a good boost for MMT. But I think it's definitely possible for Ixigo to also be a very strong contender when you compare to the other existing OTAs. Like I said, the competition is heating up. They are more into user experience. And I think if Ixigo keeps innovating at this pace, they could definitely challenge the dominance of traditional OTAs. I also read something recently about SpiceJet re-inducting their 737 Maxes into service again, because after a long wait, they're finally re-inducting these grounded aircrafts. And I think this is a big step for the airline, considering how many issues they had.
SpiceJet has, been in the news for a long time for the wrong reasons, and they had to ground these MAX fleet following regulatory concerns. And let's not forget the financial struggle they face in recent years. These aircrafts are more fuel efficient. They can cut their cost at a time when oil prices are very unpredictable.
And I think, this move might help rebuild the trust for both passengers and investors, given that they've had quite a few financial downfalls. The real question is, will they be able to scale up the operations without any further turbulence. I think only time will tell. Like you mentioned, I think Indian passengers do deserve healthy competition, and I would love for the brand to come up in a very strong way. And let's see what they have in store for the Indian market.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Imagine booking a flight, reserving a hotel, and filing your expense report, all during your favorite coffee break at your desk. That's what Italite makes possible, a modern, all-in-one platform for business travel and expenses. Why choose Italite? Because we combine smart technology with effortless workflows, helping companies save money while making travel simpler and faster for employees. Italite, the smarter way to travel for work. Discover more at italite.com.
Let's move on to a little bit about Asia. I think Japan has reported a massive increase in visitors from India. And this just isn't, I think, a random spike or a larger shift in how Indians are traveling. Destinations like Thailand, Singapore, Dubai were always the go-to destination spots. But now Japan is making its way in the Indian market. Also, the fact that the food, the culture is being propagated in India so much that today everyone is willing to travel to Japan. At least as far as I know, I think that's something that's really driving this boom.
There are two words I want to add. Visa relaxation. Japan has made it easier for Indian travelers to get tourist visas, and their cherry blossom season is a huge attraction, not only with Indians but worldwide. Plus, there are other factors like increased connectivity, as we were just speaking of Air India and Nippon. The fluctuation of the yen makes it more affordable for Indian travelers and other travelers to visit Japan. The Japan National Tourism Organization, JNTO, is actually also actively promoting Japan as a premier destination for Indian travelers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense because again, they've seen an influx from the Indian travelers. So for JNTO to actually start promoting Japan to the right market. So let's not forget our Indian movies, not only Bollywood, but movies across India. Now, a lot of them are going there and shooting their movies. So I think that is also something that draws our Indians' attention. But I think also, social media, I would definitely like to talk about it. There are a lot of travel influencers today who are going there. They're talking about their culture, landscapes. And it's not only Tokyo. You have a lot of other destinations now. Kyoto is there, Hokkaido is there. So I think all of this put together and, the cherry blossom, everything I think is just drawing the attention of the Indian market.
Meanwhile, Dubai International Airport has recorded its highest ever passenger traffic. Last I checked, you're from that part of the world, Kiran. What's going on there?
It's not a surprise at all because Dubai has always been a go-to destination for travelers for the longest time. I think given the proximity from India to Dubai, you hop on the flight, you're here in like 3 to 4 hours. And also it used to be a transit point back in the day because many people would definitely like a break in Dubai and then fly to the West or, fly to Europe, any other part of the world. But now Dubai itself, it's a destination that people enjoy. There's so many things to do here. Now that I live here, I know, the whole Expo 2024 that happened, and plus this whole induction of the global visa program and all of it. I think that's definitely calling in a lot of passengers from India.
My wife always keeps on telling me to visit the Dubai Shipping Festival, but okay. Over 90 million passengers this year, and Indian travelers are among the top contributors. I think much of this has to do with the increase of capacity with Emirates and Fly Dubai also increasing their flights.
The visa is very easy to get and it's very easy for Indians. And now I think, I recently again read in the news about how if you have a certain a residency from, you can be an Indian. If you have a residency from say Japan or a few other countries like Canada, US, all of that, then you have visa on arrival in Dubai. So I think the relaxation on visas and all of that has made it definitely a very attractive destination for a lot of travelers to come here without having to worry about anything. On the global level, there have been a lot of mishaps that have been happening of late. when you're traveling to a destination. You just hop on the flight and you don't know. But, imagine as a traveler, you're definitely worried about the operational safety. And I think that puts a lot of pressure on the airline as well to maintain quick turnaround times. And with the increasing flight volumes, I think especially post-pandemic, the focus is to be a lot more preventive when it comes to maintenance, and try to have some sort of tools for early fault detection, and safety protocols must be robust. And I think they are trying to get there. And the industry, I think, always will continue to learn from each and every incident. I think that's the only thing. Is travel still safe?
Airlines are investing heavily in technology and pilot training to improve safety. After all, we are in the age of AI, and one of the key areas, airlines and aircraft manufacturers are focusing their effort is on safety. AI-driven analytics are improving and also making early detection of mechanical issues, even helping pilots make, better real-time decisions, especially in severe weather conditions.
The AI-powered maintenance checks, they have digital twins for aircraft diagnostics, and there's a real-time turbulence tracking tools available today. And I think there's a lot being done by the protocols around the world. I really can't wait to see where it's going to take us and, how scaled it is going to get at some point. And I think it's constantly evolving over the years. Definitely a game changer.
My only advice to passengers, when the pilot tells you there is turbulence, just strap in and hang in tight.
Yeah, and just pray that, you're going to land safely. That's a wrap for today's episode of India Tomorrow. From India's growing aviation sector to global travel updates, I think we've covered a lot today.
Absolutely, Kiran. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'd love to hear from you. What travel trends are you most excited about? Drop us a message and don't forget to follow us for more updates.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. This is your podcast, India Tomorrow, signing off.